Glad to see all of you here, some old friends, some new friends. It's kind of an unusual situation that I'm in. For the last 16 years, I was the one standing here asking you for votes. So it's kind of a neat privilege right now to sit here and recommend somebody else for those votes. I spent 43 years in public service, okay? 16, well, it will be 16, 8 terms in the House as a representative. And it's a natural inclination to wonder who will follow you, who will replace you. And as an elected official, you're concerned about that because there's a little bit of a legacy, a little bit of a little drama that you've left behind, and you want to see somebody that you're compatible with to assume the reins. And I think we have that man here. As a matter of fact, I know we have that man here. We live in troubled times right now. We have a country that's so divisive, and it's intentionally brought about, that has to end. We need somebody that goes to Harrisburg that knows that good governance is a matter of compromise and consensus. It's not a matter of locking in ideologies. You can be principled and you can carry those principles as far as you want, but you never let perfect get in the way of good. This is a diverse Commonwealth. We have 13 million people. Even though we represent, each of the representatives represent a little over 60,000, there are many times we're called upon in Harrisburg to vote for the benefit of this Commonwealth, which includes 13 million people, and it's so diverse, it's unbelievable. We need a man that will be our voice in Harrisburg who can go down there, work within the system. And the system is not easy to work within. But I know that Bobby Merski is the kind of guy that will go down there and represent you and make you feel proud that he's there. Because not only does he respect the constituencies he's going to represent, he also cares about them. He cares about the future. He has a mission. I know that. We've seen him on council. His record speaks for itself. He's not out for self-aggrandizement. He's not out to perpetuate his own identity. He's out there because he cares. He has a vision for Pennsylvania, just as our governor does right now. Okay? We have ways to go. And I know that Bob is the man that can lead that charge. He'll work well with my colleagues, Representative Harkins, Representative Bizzarro, and the other members of the Erie County delegation. Some of them are a little shaky, but that's okay. I'll go along with it. At least they don't agree with me all the time. But I am so proud to stand here and to endorse Bob, and we're going to get out there and we're going to work as hard as we can because he's the guy. Nobody's irreplaceable, nobody's indispensable, but he's the guy that's going to take over as a representative for the 2nd Legislative District. For that, I introduce Bob Merski.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you guys so much, and thank you, Representative Fabrizio, for that wonderful introduction. I'm so humbled and grateful that you came out here to endorse my candidacy tonight. You know, those are big shoes to fill. Flo's done a great job, and I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you, and all of us didn't say thank you to Representative Fabrizio for the way that you've served the 2nd Legislative District. All of Erie County with distinction. Thank you. And I also want to recognize Flo's wife, Vicki. She's not with us today, but when you are a politician and you're an elected official and you're involved in this, the spouse often takes all of your worries, all of your anxiety, and all of your hurt that from people saying things to you, and they hold them in their heart. So I want to especially thank your wife, Vicki, too, for allowing you to do the job that you've done all these years. So let's give a round of applause to Vicki as well. And with that, I want to thank my wife, Emily, And my family, my son Robert, who's there on his iPad, and Daniel Tiger, right? They all sacrifice so much so that I can do what I love, serving you, the people of Erie. Emily and I met during our first campaign, and I couldn't ask for a better partner. She challenges me to be a better person. And even though sometimes I hate to admit it, she's usually right when I'm asking her for advice. She's a phenomenal mother, and she always has my back. Emily, I love you. Thank you so much. To my parents, mom and dad, thank you guys for teaching us the value and the importance of giving back. I'm discovering from being a parent that every day, it's day in and day out of challenges and opportunities to mold your child into the person that they're going to become. And as every parent knows, when you hurt, when your children hurt, you hurt for them. And I know last year for both of you was difficult, seeing me work hard and falling short. But you guys didn't raise a quitter. You raised me to get back up after getting knocked down, and I wouldn't be here today without your example, so thank you. I want to thank the elected officials who are here today. Elected officials put themselves out there for the betterment of our community, and in an era of Facebook and Twitter, people get cruel, and it can be an ugly job. And so I want to thank all of the elected officials who are present here today and former elected officials for your service to our community. Just to name a few, obviously Representative Fabrizio, Representative Harkins, Representative Bizzarro, Sue DeVecchio, City Treasurer, former Mayor Joe Sinnott, Kathy Shaw from City Council, Linda Sloan McCabe from State Committee, Kevin McCabe, Mill Creek Township Auditor, Ian Murray, DNC member and State Committee member, Emily, my wife, committee woman, John Voley, committee man, Angie Stankiewicz, committee woman, Mel Witherspoon, our distinguished and veteran city councilman. Thank you, Mr. Spoon, for your service. My dad, retired Sheriff Bob Merski. And also I'd like to thank labor for being here. You know, it's about people, and labor represents working people and gives people a voice when they were voiceless. So I want to thank, and I also want to thank Joe Giles in the back, former county councilman. You weren't on my sheet, and I apologize, I just spoke with you. Joe Giles. Let's give our elected officials a round of applause first. Labor gives the people a voice at the table in the workplace, and I want to thank labor who's here today. Bill Kuhar from my own union, the Erie Education Association, Sam Tallarico from PSEA, Pete Mitchell from the Fraternal Order of Police, Todd Detrick from Sheep Metals Local 12, Randy Procius from AFSCME, Greg Laird from the Erie Firefighters, Danny Kay from the Federation of Clubs and a proud member of Teamsters, Bernie Slomsky from the Holy Trinity Club and the Federation of Clubs, and Daryl Fisher, who's with us here today. So let's give a hand to labor and our clubs. And finally, I'd like to thank you, the voters, because politics is not a spectator sport. And good government only comes about when people get involved. And so I want to thank all of you for being concerned citizens, involved citizens, and voting citizens. So thank you to yourselves, and I appreciate your support. Let's give everybody here a round of applause. Service has always been a part of who I am. It was ingrained in me by my parents, by their example. It's what led me to my vocation as an educator. It's what called me to serve in city government as an elected official. Service, it's in my soul. In our community, it means so much to me. I love Erie, I love our people, and my passion is for public service for the people of Erie. And I'm so grateful every day for the opportunity that you've given me to help make Erie a better place to live. I'm dedicated to making a difference for you and for our community, and I've never stopped working for Erie. I stand here today with the soul set on service, a commitment to the community, and a dedication to make a difference for Erie. I want to continue that hard work for you and for our community, and that's why I'm announcing today that I'm running for state representative for the 2nd Legislative District. As an elected official, I've always made it a priority to work with my colleagues at the federal, state, county, and local level to get things done with integrity. From downtown redevelopment to the McClellan Park and 8th Street improvements, corridor improvements that are going on, we've worked hard and we've worked for you. During my time on council, I've learned that government works best when we work together. We partner together on schools, we partner with businesses, with other levels of government, and most importantly, we partner with the people. The people of this district have been blessed with a strong voice in Fabrizio and a strong advocate for them in Harrisburg, and I want to continue that tradition of putting people first. I will continue to work tirelessly for advancing a plan for Pennsylvania that brings real benefits to our community. No candidate running for this seat is more prepared to deal with the issue of public schools. I live it every day. I have firsthand experience in Erie's public schools, and I can tell you right now, when I go to school tomorrow, I'm teaching out of a textbook from 1995. I've paid for my students for folders, for pens, for markers, all these supplies for our kids, and I know that it's not equal all the way around. And Pennsylvania, I believe, has an obligation to our children to make sure that every child has an opportunity for success regardless of their zip code. Flo fought for fair funding for public schools, and I will be a champion for our children. No other candidate running in this race is better prepared to take on Harrisburg and fight for our kids than me. The key to revitalizing our community is creating opportunities for jobs so that you can continue to grow and thrive in our region, and that your kids can do the same and have those opportunities that we've all experienced. For too long, we've seen our young people forced to leave. They want to stay, but they find opportunities elsewhere. I fought for entrepreneurs and business expansion as a city councilman, and I'll continue that fight as your state representative. As a city councilman, I've seen firsthand that this region has a lot of great ideas for our community to move it forward. But I understand, too, that we need assistance from the state to bring these ideas to fruition. As your state representative, I will work with our local leaders to advocate for you and our region in Harrisburg, bringing back more of your tax dollars to the region to benefit you. You know, at the court of government, and I teach history and social studies, I always tell the kids, government is for the people and by the people. And as your city councilman, I've always made it my effort to put your interests first and the interests of our community. As your state representative, I will continue to put the people of the 2nd Legislative District first. Putting people first means that we take care of our seniors so that older Pennsylvanians can have dignity and security in their golden years. We need to fight to make sure that our seniors don't have to choose between paying for their prescriptions or paying their property taxes. Putting people first means that we ensure that full-time workers earn a living wage, and we ensure that equal pay is earned for equal work, regardless of your gender. And putting people first means that the working people of Pennsylvania have an opportunity to earn sick time so that they don't have to choose between going to work sick or losing a day's pay. Putting people first means that families have access to safe, affordable child care and good schools for every child in the Commonwealth. I'm in this because I've never given up, I've never backed down, and I've always worked with you and fought for you. My work as a local elected official has prepared me to bridge the gap between Erie and Harrisburg. No other candidate in this race is more prepared to do the job. No other candidate has built the relationships at all levels of government that I have. But most importantly, No other candidate is more passionate about our people, more committed to our community, and more dedicated to making a difference for you as your state representative. I'm asking for your vote. I'm Bob Merski. Thank you all for being here today.